Alrighty, welcome to another edition of the Running with the Mustangs, a show that is dedicated to the people, places, and things going on at Shawnville High School. We are back after a short break, spring break, Easter break. A lot of our spring sports were kind of halted because of weather, and I feel like this week we are finally breaking the stigma of our weather. And I'm joined by our spring sport teams, our girls lacrosse team, Kadison and Christina. So thank you guys very much for joining me.
Thank you.
So kind of talk about your season so far. Lots of positives, a very tough schedule. So kind of just update us on how things are going so far.
Yeah, so for our schedule, we play a lot of Columbus teams. We try to find high competition, so we always go down to Columbus. We're going down on Saturday. I don't know, I like playing the harder teams. I think it's fun, but...
Yeah, it's fun, and we're also learning to adjust to the loss of our seniors, like Tori, Dee Dee, Izzy, and Lexi, because they were huge contributors last year, but I think we're doing pretty good this year, adjusting and learning how to work all together.
Yeah. So you guys touched upon it, a very tough schedule. How do you think that prepares you for the state tournament coming up?
I think it'd just be better to kind of get used to that environment. You know, we can go from playing not as strong teams to super strong teams, but I think being able to adjust to anything kind of helps better prepare us for, because we have no idea what seeding is going to look like so far, so
Sure.
Just kind of be better to adjust into different situations.
So, Christina, lacrosse is such a fast-paced sport. How do you keep your focus, especially as a goalkeeper, to a lot of chaotic plays, changes of possession, instant whistles that that take place in the game?
So this year I kind of have a new mentality for everything. I used to think that oh, everything's my fault. I let a goal in, I'm the reason we lost. But I just realized that not everything's my fault, and it's so fast paced. So much is going on, and I can't control everything. And I just have to have a lot of trust in my teammates. They know what they're doing. We've all been playing for years at this point, and I feel my biggest thing is you gotta have fun, because when you're stressed and playing, you're not playing your best, but when you're relaxed and having fun, you're confident in yourself, and you're confident in your team.
Sure. So, Kadison, what is the hardest part about playing offense, defense? For you specifically, what's the hardest part that you find?
Well, I'm a defender, so for me, defense, I feel what's pretty difficult about it is it's very situational. We're not the ones creating the plays, the offense is creating the plays, so you just have to be ready to adjust at any time, whether if we're playing a different type of defense, we have to listen to our goalies a lot. A huge part of defense is communication, but also not only talking, but listening to what other people are saying.
Sure. So what is it that people don't maybe know about the sport, and how athletic do you actually have to be to play the sport of lacrosse?
Like Tina said, it's so fast-paced. You have to be ready to change at any point. I mean, there can be a turnover any second, and we can be going back to the defensive side, back to the offensive side. I think we always say, kind of have the memory of a goldfish, because everything can just be changing, without expecting it. So, I don't know, we always have to have a head on a swivel, always looking around, seeing what's going on. But.
Sure. So, Christina, obviously, lots of memories over the last couple years for this program. Is there a memory or a game that sticks out to you most that you are going to take, when you leave here?
So last year we had our annual Columbus tournament, and after our games on a Saturday, we all went down to the hotel, and we asked the front desk where the pool was, and I don't know what they thought they were going to do, but everyone started jumping in the pool with all of their clothes on, clothes, shoes, socks, everything on, jumping in the pool. And it was most funny because there was this couple in the corner just trying to have fun, and they just get a whole lacrosse team
completely
jumping
bombarded
in the pool. And it was just so funny. I'm we're all walking back leaving a trail of puddles because we're soaking, and it was just so funny.
Oh, that's awesome. So, obviously, for those that don't know, boys lacrosse and girls lacrosse are a little bit different.
There it is.
Is there one rule in your sport that you would change if you could, and why?
Definitely, again, being a defender, if we could change the rule of horizontal sticks, it's honestly, there's whistles the entire game, always just dropping your stick horizontal. Playing right now, you have to keep a vertical stick at all times. You can't drop horizontal at all, whereas if you play in college, you can be completely horizontal and it doesn't matter. So I think if I wanted to change the rule, definitely make it more similar to the boys' game in that aspect. So, yeah.
Anything for you, Christina, or same?
Yeah, I think pretty much the same. Like that horizontal thing is a big thing for defense because when you're in the 8 meter and like you get a horizontal, it's an 8 meter shot like from the line, and that's just really hard because like your natural instinct is like to go horizontal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you ladies nothing but the best of luck moving forward. I do like to end each segment with one question. So if you had to describe your team in one word this season, what would it be?
Oh, that's a fun one. I would say committed. I think we all play for each other and play to want to get better, and we're all working to, whether if not, I know a lot of us, we are committed to play in college, but then if not to, we all just kind of work for each other to see the best what could happen of the season. We only have a couple months, so might as well just like make the best out of it in the one season.
Sure.
I think resilient because we take everything that comes at us, like a loss or a win, like we learn something from it, and we'll always persevere.
Awesome. Well, I thank you ladies once again.
Thank you.
You can feel free to check out the ladies lacrosse team in action throughout the next couple weeks as they still are looking to compete for a GCC title. And you can follow all of the action on our Strongsville Mustangs athletic website. And we will be back shortly with another spring sport. Thanks. Alrighty, welcome back for our second half of our Running with the Mustangs show. I'm now featured with our other spring sport athletes, our Lady Mustangs softball team. So thank you guys very much. I'm joined by Emmy and by Stacy. So I'll start with you guys. A brand new season this year, a season that is slowly getting started because of the weather. So how is your season going so far? Season updates for you guys on your progress.
We've definitely had some like ups and downs because we're like a newer team, so it's definitely gonna be like a learning year. Like it's not gonna be perfect all the time.
Yes, we've had a few games so far, and we're obviously a young team, so we're just trying to adapt to figuring out how everyone sort of works in and our rotations and just getting used to it.
Sure. So as you guys kind of touched on, there are 0 seniors this year.
Yeah.
So how is your leadership going in that role, meaning who is taking leadership since there are no seniors? And then what kind of challenges does that create for you guys without having any seniors this year?
Yeah, so we've kind of had our junior class step up a lot and be the leaders without seniors. And we have a few younger returners, sophomores, who are really helping with that too. And I think
That's what you can edit it out.
I feel like with like the younger class, like a lot of us are like new to like being leaders, so it's definitely like learning for us too. So we're all kind of just like growing together and figuring it out. But honestly, I think it's just like we're all being very open-minded towards like this year.
Sure. And then obviously, with a younger, youthful team, there are many growing pains, many challenges. Is there one or two challenges that sticks out in your guys' mind as one that, hey, if we want to get better or as we progress into next year, this is a challenge that we have to be able to overcome?
I think one of our biggest so far challenges has been our defensive play, specifically with the errors and stuff that can occur in the field. Because when you're young, it's easy to make those kind of mental mistakes. And I think just not having the older role models and like true strong leaders that we've had in the past is just kind of throwing everyone for a loop. But we're definitely adapting to it.
Obviously softball is a little bit different than baseball. The rules are similar, but the ball is a little bit different. So in your eyes, kind of a hypothetical question here, is it harder for you guys to field a screaming ground ball coming at you or hit a rise ball?
I would say probably like a grounder because we are like compared to baseball like closer to like the hitter because our field is smaller, and also just kind of like it's coming at you so fast that you have to be able to react to it really quickly.
Yeah, and our pitching is a little bit slower, and I think that fielding is also more mental, for me at least, than batting usually, so I think that definitely plays into it as well.
So, as you guys mentioned, the field's a little bit smaller. The rules are pretty much the same. The ball's different. In my eyes, softball is a very underestimated sport. What are some things about the sport that you wish people would know that maybe they don't know about it?
I feel like people just think that like it's a very slow-paced sport because like I kind of feel the same. Like if you're not like playing it, it feels slow sometimes. But like I think people don't realize like how like mental it is, and it's kind of like based on like other people's mistakes, and like it's very strategic that like you have to really like know how the game works to like do well.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of people might think it's kind of boring to watch, but in reality, I know for us it feels actually pretty fast-paced, and there's a lot that goes into it that people, I think, don't realize behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I would just add, one of the things that I've always found fascinating about the sport of softball is you only really need one good pitcher to have a very, very successful team, which is ironic because in baseball, a lot of pitching rotations, you might only throw once every 4 days or 5 days. And in softball, I mean, the pitcher can go out and throw every day, and they can throw 150 pitches, and still come back the next day. So speaking about that, if you could add one rule to the game of softball, what would it be and why?
Honestly, I kind of think that I would add like kind of being able to leave the bases early like baseball. Like I think that like that would like make it so much more fun, and like you can kind of do stuff as a runner like before the pitcher's ready, and it's not like as much standing around.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that would make it more fun too.
Okay. Well, I wish you ladies the best of luck, as I call it, the second season starting now that the weather's broken here. But I always like to end each segment with one fun question. So if you could describe your team in one word, what would it be and why?
I think my word would be resilient, because I think with all the challenges we've had to go through, like with the weather and having younger players, it just presented a lot of challenges that we've been able to overcome, and I think it's cool to see us continue to do that throughout the season.
I would probably say determined, because I feel like everyone's really buying into the program this year, and they're all like very like open to getting better and kind of like building us up for the future and like the upcoming classes too.
Awesome. Well, again, I thank you ladies very much. Good luck the rest of the season. You can follow the Lady Mustangs on our athletic webpage. Also, if you are a spring sport fan, you can follow them on Game Changer, all of their games live. And you can also look for updates on our Twitter page at SCS Mustangs. I thank you very much for joining us, and look forward to our next episode. Thanks.